Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got a great guest today. We have Kathy Jentz. Now, who's Kathy Jentz? Well, she's a garden speaker, a writer, editor, a podcaster, and she's the editor of the Washington Gardener, and that's pretty cool. So we have somebody that's very important to the world. So I want to read some of her accomplishments. So some of her accomplishments: she's a media awards winner for she got a gold medal of achievements in her podcast series overall, live presentation with Dare and Garden Mammals Talk. She also got a silver in social media, which is the Washington Gardener Twitter account. We're going to show you all those accounts in a little bit. In 2022, she has a silver medal of achievement for Consumer Magazine for circulation. This is really awesome stuff. Yeah. And we're so happy to have her on. And she came on last second. So, woohoo! I'm so excited. Welcome, Ginger Ninja, Purple Tea Bear. Welcome in. Welcome in.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us tonight. I'm so excited for this interview. It's going to be a really great time and really educational. So thank you all for coming in. Yes, don't forget to give us the heads up or thumbs up, thumbs up, and share us out if you can.
Yeah, we're going to talk about national. Well, let's get Kathy on right away, and we're going to ask her some questions. So, welcome, Kathy. Hello.
Hi, everybody.
So we have usually a lot of late arrivals. So they're going to come on in. So we're so blessed to have you today. We started Grow Big TV 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And then we are growing really fast. And it's all about the soil and getting our kids interested in gardening. Because without them, we can't pass anything on. And so if we're not passing anything on, what good are we? We're all about us. I want to be about we. So
the future.
The future. And I think the future is bright. There's a lot of stuff going on just with soil talk and all conferences and conventions and everything all over the place, which I'm very excited about. Because what they're telling me, it's like everybody went so far and stopped. Like you answered a question, everybody answered a question, but nobody ever went beyond and beyond and beyond. And that's what's going on with a lot of soil scientists, as you could say. So that's pretty cool. Okay, a couple questions. And, we're going to talk about the seed swap. And the seed swap is on January 27th. Now, how did this all come about? The date? Is it something that you were involved with? Is it something you found somewhere?
Yeah, it's actually an outgrowth of the magazine. So shortly after I started publishing it in 2005, I looked at the winter time and I was like, there's not much to cover in winter. Lots to do as a gardener, right? But not much to cover. So I started with the annual seed swap. And I partnered at that time with the U.S. National Arboretum, and we had that in their main auditorium. And then in the following years, I'm doing it on Seed Swap Day, which I had named as a national holiday. So I registered that as a national holiday, and it's officially National Seed Swap Day, but I just dropped the national now because we have Canadian, we have Mexican, we have all over the world joining us. And I was like, why did I say national? That was a dumb thing to do. So it's just Seed Swap Day. So it's the last Saturday of January every year. And I always say the timing doesn't matter. That's just the date on the calendar that, it's good here for the Mid-Atlantic. For us, that's good because you're probably going to do most of your seed starting mid-February-ish. So doing it at the end of January, getting your seed set, that makes sense for us here. But if it doesn't make sense for your growing zone, have your seed swap whenever it is. That makes more sense for you guys.
Yeah.
See, there's two things to seed swap. We could do something like on our channel, right? For example. Yep. So it's totally different than going to a hall and rent out a hall or whatever, go to the VFW and do a seed swap there.
I'm so jealous of people that can do that because I've always wanted to go to like a big place and do that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And I always say that people can do, like, you can just gather a few neighbors, a few garden club friends, whatever you have, and just meet and do it on a kitchen table. You could do that. Or you could rent a library or partner with your local botanic garden and do like larger scale like we're doing. But again, it doesn't matter. But the emphasis on ours is they are in-person seed swaps versus by mail order or internet seed swaps, because those you could do all year long. Doesn't matter. Right. But this is about getting the community together. There's an educational component. We always have a few great speakers. And then there's meeting and swapping and getting to know other gardeners. And that's a big part of it too.
Now, ever since I seen this, I'm like, actually, I found it on your site because I never knew there was a National Seed Swap Day. And that's what brought me. I'm like, I gotta have her on our show. Then I looked at your bio and like, wow, I really gotta have her on our show. Now, if we did this online, what's the best way to go about it? I'm going to getting the people. That's not a problem. Mm-hmm. But should everybody, like, how do they register? Like, say 5 seed packets or 10 seed packets or 10 packets of their own.
Yeah, you can look at. There's a couple organizations that you might look at their rules and see if they work for you. So the Rock Garden Society, they do a very involved seed exchange every year. So basically, it's like everybody sends their seed to the national office. Then they make a list. And then the list gets sent out to all their members. And then the members say, I want this, and this. And then they send that form back in. And then some volunteers are sitting there packing those seeds and sending it out to them. And that's very similar to how the American Horticultural Society was also doing their seed exchange for years. So they would have a bunch of donated seeds, a bunch of people sending in seeds. They would make a master list. You get to pick as a member 10 of those seeds. And then that gets sent to you. So that's one way to do it. You need a lot of volunteers to help, with the packing and sorting. But as far as from what I understand, it was like one intensive day of packing and sorting around a big table is what they do.
Yeah, I wanted to definitely do something around my area because we don't have anything like that, at least that I know of. Yeah. And so you have to travel to, like Washington or something. Or,
No, there's some New Jersey ones, but I can't think off the top of my head. But I'm sure some master gardeners or others are having it. But how we work ours, we call it a seed exchange rather than a seed swap, because at ours, I'm not like going up to you and giving a seed to you and you give me a seed. Because we're not all going to match, what you want is not what I have, blah, blah, blah. So what we do is we have everybody pool all the seeds as they come in the door. They turn their seeds in. Then we put them out on tables by category. So tomato table, lettuces table, cutting garden flowers table, native plants table. So then our volunteers are putting them out by category on all the tables. And then we have rounds of picking. So everybody gets to get up and pick their first seed pack from the tables and then their second. So everybody pulls their seeds in. And that means if you brought 3 seed packs or 50 seed packs, it doesn't matter. You're all getting the same,
Yeah.
And that's why I would say it's great for beginners too, because, you might collect zinnias and you'll have 100 seed packs easily. But are you going to grow more than 1 seed pack of zinnia? No. So, there's always extra seeds. There's always plenty for everybody.
Nice.
So Kathy's also wrote 2 books, and I want to show those. You could buy them from at Amazon. It's right over here. So one is called Ground Cover Revolution, and the other is The Urban Garden. That is awesome. So what started you to write a book? Like, I know you've always been a writer, right? Mm-hmm. And so you just like, what, let me start this.
So my background in journalism, then caught the gardening bug, started the magazine and stuff, and then the podcast. The books came a bit later. I was kind of reticent, I guess, wishy-washy about writing a book. I'm going to try to be in frame here. There we go. Wishy-washy about it just because I knew it's a year or 2 of the writing of the book, and then you're spending a year or 2 just promoting each book. So it's a huge time commitment. The first book, The Urban Garden, I co-wrote with my friend Terry Spate. We were approached by the publisher at Cool Springs Press because both of us are in the DC area and both of us specialize in small space urban gardens. So they approached us with the idea for the book, and we were like, yeah, yes. So, and we figured we're both writing half the book because it's 101 entries. We just split that in half and each wrote our own entries, 50 or so of them. So that made it a lot less work than writing a whole book yourself. So that was a good way to start as a first book. The second book, Ground Cover Revolution, that's been a passion of mine for years, is experimenting and growing ground covers. I got rid of my turf grass lawn, I think the summer after I moved into my house. There was just no more.
Oh, man. I wish I could do that.
Yeah. So I was like, anything that could spread fast. If I went to a plant swap or looked in a garden catalog and it said, this will take over your garden, I was like, give me that plant. So I've been doing research for years on ground covers. And then I gave a talk. Somebody asked me, why don't you give a talk on ground covers? And I was like, okay, it's kind of a boring topic, but something I'm passionate about. And it sold out immediately, the talk. And so I was like, maybe I should propose this as a book idea. So I went back to my publisher and they were like, they didn't even wait 24 hours. They were like, write that book. So that's how that book came out.
I got a question about switching out your lawn for a ground covering. So here where I live out in the country, so no one gives a crap about your lawn. But when you live in the city, you have people that drive around that will complain to the city because this and that. How do you get past those laws? How do you get past that?
Yeah, so I do devote a chapter in the book to dealing with HOAs. You know, it could be a town ordinance, a county, whatever ordinance that says you must have a green lawn. Maybe you're in a retirement village. Maybe it's just that your spouse wants a lawn. And you're like, I'm sick of mowing. I'm sick of fertilizing. We don't need a turf grass lawn. So I do include in the book some turf grass lawn substitutes that look like turf grass, kind of act like turf grass. So that could be white clover. That could be a native carex. So if you're driving by, you wouldn't know it's not turf grass. It could be a lomo, liriope, or mondo grass. Again, you wouldn't know it wasn't turf grass unless you went up and like felt around or really looked at their lawn. And then that's a whole other problem if people are doing that on your property.
Yeah.
And also talk about some of the psychology about it. So some people, culturally are married to that turf grass lawn. And I talk about reducing the size of your lawn. You don't have to do like my example and get rid of all your lawn, but look at areas where things would be much more successful than a turf grass lawn. Like a wet, shady area of your property, that's not going to be good for turf grass. So those are places where you could say, I'm going to put in a vegetable garden instead of a turf grass here. I'm going to put in a little wildflower meadow here. I'm going to put in some ground covers under these shrubs because the grass is not growing under the shrubs. I'm not doing any good mowing under these shrubs. I'm just injuring the shrubs probably. Those are great places and problem solvers for ground covers to fill in.
We have a question that was in the chat. Does the Urban Garden book have stuff on container gardening in the shade?
Yeah, so we talk a lot about container gardening and we do talk about shade gardening, but we don't, there's not a separate chapter on container gardening for the shade, but there's certainly principles of both addressed in the book. And it's 101 ideas to inspire you. So like 101 projects, 101 techniques for gardening in an urban setting. And notice that it's both for food and flowers. So a lot of urban gardening books that we saw are just about growing vegetables in the city, growing food in the city or produce. And we wanted to emphasize that city gardens can be beautiful and pollinator supporting and just gorgeous just for their own existence. They don't have to have a reason to be there.
I was told that grass, I don't know if this is true or not, but I was told that grass is actually destroying the environment because of all the things that they're putting and all the chemicals that they're putting on the grass. Is that true?
Yeah, it depends on, so some people are all they're doing is maybe they're mowing once a week or twice a week. If you're using a gas mower, then you have emissions. Then you have those environmental issues, right? If you're using electric mower, that's a step up, but you're still using power to maintain that. But if you are putting a lot of chemical inputs into your lawn, yes, that's like probably half of that is flowing right off of the lawn into our local water streams, going to the Chesapeake Bay here where I'm living, polluting our waterways, polluting our groundwater. So yeah, I always say the same thing about vegetable gardening is whatever you put on those plants, that's what you're eating. So whatever you're putting on your lawn, that's probably what you're going to be drinking down the road. So think about that.
Yeah. That's really scary.
So you were talking about city gardening. Like if I had an apartment either in a city or anywhere else, how do we get them gardening? What's the first thing they should try? What's the first thing they should do?
Yeah, I would start with the person who asked about a shade container. I would start with a couple of containers. If you have a walkout patio or balcony or a little rooftop access, you're going to start out with a couple of containers. And I would say if it's full sun, herbs. Like just start off with a pot of herbs, and you're probably going to have good success. Herbs are pretty tough plants. They lived in the Mediterranean for thousands of years. So I'm talking about like rosemary, lavender, oregano, just a pot of those, and being able to smell them. They're flowering, they have pollinator benefits, and you can cook with them. So you get the best of all worlds.
Now, since we're talking about small things, how about dwarf tomatoes or micro tomatoes?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I was talking to, I don't know if you know Craig LaHoulier, in North Carolina, and his miniature tomato projects. But I have trialed a few that are for the inside windowsill. Some of those from Burpee and stuff. I'm still not totally sold on indoor vegetable gardening. I still want a big pot outside. I still think it needs the real sun. Like you can have fake lights inside, you can simulate the sun, but the sun is, unimitatable for me.
Right.
That's where the flavor of the tomato comes from.
Yeah.
So the heat of that sun. But yeah, so I always say if you're a beginning vegetable gardener, start with cherry tomatoes because they're so prolific, they're so easy, and you're just like eating them like popcorn, right? Like yum yum yum. So like something easy like Sun Gold.
Sun Gold.
Sun Gold's a good one, and maybe like plant some basil plants around it, or marigolds. If you want a little bit of flower in the pot, but one Sun Gold plant in the middle of the pot. That's probably all you need.
So, since you started in journalism, how did you get into gardening?
I was just going to ask that.
Yeah. So, whoops! I just bopped my camera. I am both sides of my family were into gardening. So I was born in Germany. My German side of the family, they had an allotment garden, which is similar to our community gardens. So that we'd spend a lot of time there. And then my other side, my dad's side of the family, Indiana farmers. So I would spend summers at the farm there helping out. I will say I didn't love that. Like I was like, really? I have to get out there and haul water? That's like the toughest. And weed, those are tough chores when you're 7 or 8 years old, right? In the blazing summer sun. Yeah. But, after you get your own place, you buy your own place, you kind of get that garden bug and it all comes back to you. You're like, oh,
you're like, remember. I kind of respect this a little bit more.
Yeah. It's all different thing when it's your own lawn and your own plot. And you're like, oh yeah, I remember how we grew corn and did blueberries and that sort of thing. So yeah, I always say like the kids go off to college and they might not be gardening, right? And you were talking earlier before we went on the air about getting the next generation into gardening. They're going to like get away from it when they go to college, start going out on their own. But when they get their own place and start their own family, they'll come back. They'll come back into gardening.
Yeah. There's a couple of things that I was like majorly impressed with. I'm a huge history fanatic, and I loved the fact that you did what, design or gardening at Monticello. I thought that was so fascinating.
Yeah. So there I spoke a couple times at their Heritage Harvest Festival. And they did a mini seed swap there. So I was at that and helping out with that. So their mini seed swap was literally like 2 long tables, and you just came, you put your seeds down, and you waited for somebody to come and be interested in your seed and want to trade with you. And I will never forget, this one lady came up to me and she goes, I don't have any seeds to trade, but I put up a bunch of jam this year, and I have these little pots of peach jam. And would you take peach jam in trade for the seeds? I was like, hell yeah. I was like, yeah, I'll take all the jam. I was like, that is a bargain of the century. Yeah.
It's awesome. That's really neat. That's really fascinating. So like, okay, so how much acres do you have at your home? How do you garden a lot at your outside at your house, or?
Yeah, I'm hearing, I don't know if you can hear an ambulance going by.
Yeah.
Let it go by. Okay. So I'm on a 1/4 acre pie wedge lot. Goes out to like, it literally looks like a pizza pie. And so 2 busy roads surround me. And the point is like full sun. And then where my house sits in the big back, where the crust is, I guess, is deep shade under big oak trees. So yeah, all of it is gardened, mostly my ground cover experiments and other perennials and shrubs and things. And then across the street from me is a community garden. And when I moved to my house, that was a HVAC and plumbing business. And I knew that the Park Service had zoned it to buy it eventually. So as soon as the Park Service bought it, I was like, you know what would be good on that corner? A community garden. Yeah. So I have a plot over there. It's just a 10 by 20. And that's where I do almost all my vegetable gardening, because we do have a deer fence around it and it's full sun. Nice. So it's really nice. I'm really blessed to have access to that.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Now, something that not many people talk about is companion planting, but not companion planting next to vegetables, but when you're in a shade. Mm-hmm. Companion planting in the shade. Now, certain vegetables go in the shade anyway, but, for 4 to 6 hours or whatever. What's something that really works with, like your lettuces and stuff like that in the shade?
Yeah, you could do maybe somewhat like a pea, like on a trellis, and that shades as the seasons change and the heat comes in. That would shade some of the lettuces. I would do something like chamomile or another cool season herb to go along with the lettuces, like dill. That's always something. So something taller is growing up amongst those. I like to have arugula at the base of my pea plants, just because you can keep cutting those down while the peas are growing. And also I find that the rabbits love to eat the pea shoots, but they don't eat the arugula so much. So that's kind of a good companion for them.
Arugula is a little spicy for them. I don't think like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, for say chemicals, do you use any like surround or anything to when you get bugs or anything like that?
No. So our community garden, the rule is we are all organic. You can't use any inorganic chemicals. So I don't use anything. I just hand pick if I see there's a bug issue. My biggest thing, though, is using cover cloth. So the Rime fabric, the spun cloth, because obviously I couldn't even have an eggplant ever if I didn't put a cover cloth for the flea beetles. Yeah, they're just not ever going to have a eggplant in the garden. And then a few other crops, I'll put a row cover over, mostly the brassicas, like broccoli, cauliflower, that sort of thing, again, because the bugs would get to them if there wasn't a cover cloth right over the top. And it gives it some extra winter insulation too.
Nice.
Now, how about the vine borer? Is that your nemesis where you live?
So the squash vine borer, it's funny because you will go a year or two and won't see it. And then all of a sudden, bam, they found you. Right. Yeah. So again, cover cloth over any vines until the vines start flowering, right? Because then you have to get pollinators to come to those, or you just pull back the cover cloth. You do the male flower to the female flower yourself. You do self-pollinating, and and then you could keep the cover cloth over that. I did see an interesting thing in one gardener's vegetable plot one year, not at my community garden, but at another one. He took aluminum foil and he wrapped, as the zucchini and the cucumber vines started to emerge, he basically wrapped them. They were just all wrapped for like the first, I would say 12 inches or so, not the whole vine, but just the base down to the, because that's usually where the squash vine borders are going to come, is right at that base, and cut the rest of the vine. So he found that was a good substitution. So I said, well, I'm not going to sit here and wrap all these vines. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little cage. So I took chicken wire hardware cloth and I kind of made a cage over where the zucchini were emerging to keep the little white moth that puts that squash vine borer egg in there. So it kept her out. Like I just kept the cage over it until the vine was big enough that I took it off.
Okay.
And that worked well. I did that this year and I had like amazing zucchini harvest this year.
Yeah,
it's always good to have a nice harvest like that.
I kept telling everybody my zucchini won't die.
Yeah.
I had so many zucchini, it was ridiculous.
Yes. That was so, I was just like shredding. My whole freezer is like shredded zucchini right now.
That's funny.
How about another nemesis, the deer?
Oh yeah.
You have a lot of problems?
Yeah, and our urban area, they're kind of like funneled in down Rock Creek Park, and then Sligo Creek Park is about a mile from me. So they're kind of like coming down these parkways and then coming in from the sides there too. So our vegetable garden, we have a nice tall deer fence, that's a great thing to have. A buck did try to like ram our gate one time and got through, and then he was removed. That's as close as we got to deer there. Mostly our problem at the vegetable garden is rabbits.
Yeah.
We didn't have rabbits for the first 5 years, and then all of a sudden it was like they dropped out of the sky. There was baby rabbits in my plot, like literally baby rabbits. I would come in there and I'm like, oh, that's a little baby rabbit burrow. But yeah, at home we have deer pressure as well. So I just recommend, deer resistant plants. You're going to have to spray, whatever you can do to keep them out.
But the groundhog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, knock on wood, no groundhogs yet, but I'm hearing from a lot of friends groundhog issues. So for those in my deer and mammal talk, I talk about, have you heard about like you do a groundhog fence with the L coming out?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you bury the fence like a hardware cloth or chicken wire, and you make the bracket towards you so that he comes up to the outside of the fence and he's digging and he hits the hardware cloth or the chicken wire. But so some people will just do the fence straight up and down, but I'm like, you have to bury it a little bit, put some type of steel barrier, chicken cloth, hardware cloth, chicken wire, something around it.
Yeah.
They don't back up. They just dig right there at the base of the fence and then dig in another place at the base of the fence. They don't think back up 2 feet, dig and go in.
Right.
They haven't figured that out yet.
I think a lot of people don't put fences around their garden.
Mm-hmm.
And that in itself is a huge deterrent for a lot of animals. Like,
yeah,
I know deer would jump over anything, but rabbits and groundhogs, they see that and they won't typically go there.
Like if you have a patch of strawberries, you can just do a box around the strawberries, like when they're starting to fruit. And then you could take that wire box off to harvest. And then when you're done, you don't have to have it. If like, you don't want to have fencing everywhere all the time, but just around. So that's what I say about the groundhog fencing, that you bury just around that bed that he's getting into.
Now, gardening on a budget.
Mm-hmm.
Any tips? Because, it's this time. It's too expensive to get all this materials.
Yeah. They try, all you need is a pair of gloves, a trowel, a shovel. That's pretty much it, right? And then I have like a garden weeder cobra head that I like a lot, and that acts as my shovel and trowel and stuff too at times. But you don't have to get fancy. I mean, people have been growing since mankind began pretty much and harvesting. So you don't need like $1,000 machines. You don't need all the fancy stuff. And you can make your own, compost your leaves, compost your kitchen scraps, all those additives to the soil. That's what makes it great.
Yeah.
Now, do you like hot peppers?
I like the looks of hot peppers. It's funny because I grow a lot of hot peppers in my garden plot, but do I eat them? No. I just think they're really pretty, and I give a lot away. I give a lot to our local food pantry, and I dry a lot and give them as gifts. But for me, a little goes a long way. I like the sweet peppers, especially like the little miniature, like lunchbox and bell peppers.
Those are my favorite.
Oh, I love those. I like cutting them up and putting them on pizza and snacking on them. They're so good. But yeah, like the fish pepper is probably the hottest that I would eat. Like fish pepper is like on the mild side of the hot peppers.
So last year, I grew 600 varieties of hot peppers.
Wow.
Except I had a problem. Well, the deer. But they just started flowering, and I was away for 2 weeks, came back, and they were all pretty much eaten. I did get some peppers.
I'm shocked because they should not be touching, obviously the peppers are hot themselves, so they shouldn't be touching those. But even the plant, they shouldn't be.
All the leaves are basically gone.
These are some bad behaving deer. Yeah,
that's shocking.
They should not be touching pepper plants, but they were probably hungry enough or thought they were sweet enough.
Becoming a green sucker, I don't know if deer can taste hot or not. I know chickens don't have the capsaicin receptor, but I don't know about.
No, birds don't, so they don't have the taste buds, so that you can put hot pepper on anything to deter like squirrels and deer from getting into stuff. That's one of the greatest tools is like a hot pepper spray or a hot pepper, brushing on the oil onto things that rabbits or birds are chewing on, but they won't care.
So Uncle Al said in the chat, goes, "Eat the deer, Joe, eat the deer."
Yeah.
You don't have the problem.
Well, if you're not home, you don't get a chance to eat the deer. You're just going to eat it.
I'm like wondering how hot the deer meat is after eating all those plants.
We got it. Oh, this could be really good. I want to show everybody where you could find Kathy at. So we went over where you could buy her books. This is the Washington Gardener right here on Twitter. Mm-hmm. So there's the Washington Gardener.
Yeah. So now X, but I still say Twitter too.
It's Twitter.
Yeah, it's so hard. Once it has an established name and then you switch it, I will always say the original name.
Yeah. I tell people now Twitter/X. You have to say it every time. I'm like, you can find me on Twitter/X. Yeah. So I post a garden tip of the day every day. So that's the garden tip, I guess, from yesterday or day before about dahlia tubers. And you can follow me on Facebook. And that's our garden tip of the day today about feeding the birds.
So I got a question, and maybe you can explain it to others. Can you explain GMOs, the difference between GMOs and heirloom seeds and hybrids? Because a lot of people out there, I think, are highly confused as to what GMOs are and how regular people can't just get GMOs.
Yeah. So that's why I say in my seed exchange, you are never going to get a genetically modified, or some people use genetically, so GE or GMO, interchangeable terms. So genetically engineered or genetically modified organism is not going to come to a seed exchange because they are very expensive. They are bred for corporate sized farmers who are, buying corn seed by the acre. And those are very highly controlled seeds, and they are very expensive. And that's the only people they are sold to. So when I see a seed pack that says like GMO free, it's like when you see gluten free on a banana peel. Yes, it's gluten. That's why So I'm like, there was never any gluten in the banana, so there's not going to be GMO. But people feel now that they have to put GMO free on their seed packs.
And I think that confuses a lot of people.
And then people are thinking that there are. You're never going to get a hold of those unless you had some with somebody who worked for Monsanto or one of the big seed growers. And even then, it's illegal to propagate those seeds. Like those farmers who grow those crops cannot collect those seeds. That is illegal. They cannot save them for themselves to use again, and they certainly can't save them and pass them on to anybody else. So that's why I say it's highly regulated. As far as hybrid, so that's basically say 2 different tomato strains, heirloom strains. So heirloom for a lot of people, it means something that has been around at least 50 years. Some people say 100 years. So that's a strain that is also comes true from seed. So the seed from that Cherokee Purple will always make a Cherokee Purple. And then when you collect it from that Cherokee Purple, it will always make a Cherokee Purple. But if it's a hybrid, you're taking maybe a Sun Gold, crossing it with Cherokee Purple, and you're getting Sun Purple. I'm just making that up. But if you take Sun Purple seeds, will you get a Sun Purple plant the next time? No, because it's a hybrid. You're going to get some type of tomato, but it's never going to come true. So sometimes in the seed catalogs, you'll see F1 and F2. That's first generation and second generation hybrids. So that's how they're telling you. So that's a good indication. If it says it's an F1 seed or F2 or something like that, that's a hybrid. It's not going to, you can't collect the seed from it and use that to grow the same thing again. And again, you can collect the seed. I hear people say hybrids are sterile or hybrids don't produce fruit. But like we all know, we get hybrid pumpkins at Halloween. Those seeds are hybrid seeds, but they're not going to grow that same pumpkin that you got. It'll grow some type of weird squash, but it's not going to be a true pumpkin squash from the seed you got. So it is a little confusing.
Yeah.
All over the place. But, once you start growing things, you start to figure it out that you want open pollinated, sometimes is an heirloom, OP. You'll see next to it on the seed pack or on a seed catalog. So you're looking for open pollinated varieties. Those are the heirloom ones that always come true to seed. And those are the ones you can collect, you can pass on to other gardeners, you can grow from year to year in your garden.
Yeah, and those seeds have been around for a long time. Mm-hmm. So eventually those hybrids, if you grow them if they grow them for a long period of time, it can eventually become an heirloom. It has a long time before.
Yeah, it'll take several generations to do it. But there are reasons to grow hybrids, especially in tomatoes, because hybrid vigor is something that a lot of people talk about, that you're going to get a stronger, more disease resistant, more prolific plant from a hybrid than an heirloom. But if you want that certain heirloom taste that you remember as a child or from your grandmother's garden, that's a reason to keep some of the heirlooms around too. They might be a little bit more vulnerable to pests and disease, and they might not have as many fruits on the plant, and they might not be as beautiful, but they're still still growing.
So I want to show something on here. The Washington, this is the current issue. Awesome. This is the Washington Gardener. So this is really awesome stuff in here. Top 5 podcast.
Yeah.
A lot of information.
So I was just going to say, I love doing my podcast. It's called GardenDC. So it comes out every Saturday. And that was the latest episode. And I get to interview and pick the brains, just like you guys are doing today, of all my different gardening expert friends and talk about different topics related to gardening. And people seem to like it. They seem to listen to it and enjoy it.
Now, the GardenDC podcast is also available on all these sites too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, wherever you listen to podcasts, you can grab it, Spotify, Apple, and I have it on the YouTube stream as well. I think it's weird when people listen to podcasts on YouTube, but because it's just a static image. But I think a lot of people they use YouTube as their search engine. So I definitely want to have the podcast on YouTube, because you could certainly just turn the screen off and listen to it as you work.
So we got like another question or two, and then Kathy has to go. Now, catalogs. Everybody's looking at seed catalogs. What are some of your favorites?
Oh, I love Harvesting History. Do you know? That's a gorgeous website.
Wait, let me write something down.
Yeah, I never heard of that one either. I'm in shock.
Go to harvesting-history.com and check them out. So they specialize in heirloom varieties, hence the name Harvesting History. I really like Botanical Interests. I think they have gorgeous seed packs with great information on them. Really good, especially for the cut flower side of things, annual flowers. Renee's Garden Seeds, Renee's Gardening out of California. She is wonderful. She has some incredible lettuces. I swear by her lettuces. So I'm a big fan of Renee's Garden. American Meadows, they're great for, especially for seed mixes, like meadow mixes, of course, hence their name. But they have something of everything. So American Meadows is just like a good, broad, almost everything you could think of. They carry those. And then, of course, there's like the specialty vegetable ones like Johnny's. That's a great one. Baker Creek. I mean, that's like the Bible, right? Baker Creek. Like when that thing comes
too. I buy my, because I do market gardening as well. So I buy a handful of my seeds from Johnny's to do my market gardening. And then I do a lot of Baker Creek.
Yeah, when that thing comes in your mailbox, you know it comes in your mailbox. That one's a nice big catalog you can sit with. Yeah.
Now, where did you do some research on gardening? Like, I know you grew up with it and stuff like that. Did you look up somebody on YouTube, for example, like Am I Gardener? Like, how did you do your research?
Most of mine is from going directly to the experts. I'm lucky that I have the USDA in my backyard down the street. So we have the USDA and the U.S. National Arboretum and the U.S. Botanic Garden. So I try to attend every talk I can, try to attend all the lectures, webinars online, of course. I'm signed up for 3 more this week, and I'm giving 3 webinars this week. So it's like just attending every single talk I can, every conference that I might have a table at and I'm talking at, I'm attending the other speakers. Like I'll see the other speakers just go home after their talk. And I'm like, have you seen the rest of the program? These are some incredible speakers on this program. So I'm always just like soaking up all that information for all these great experts.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah, I'm lucky to talk at like a state master gardening conference. There's always like an incredible keynote speaker and other speakers. I just am only irritated when they book me at the same time as somebody I want to see. Right? Yeah. Like, darn it, I wanted to go to that mushroom talk, but that's the same time as my talk. But yes, yeah.
Well, Kathy, thank you so much for coming on. We could go on for a while, but I know you got something to attend. Kathy actually, she's a very busy person.
Yeah.
And she had she had a meeting scheduled for 7:00, and they're actually waiting for her right now.
Oh.
And she came on our show and held up the whole meeting.
Yeah.
To do our show.
I said, well, so it's a Potomac Rose Society, and I said, do the business you can do without me, and then I'll jump in when I can join in after this. And yeah, I'd love to come back anytime and chat with you guys.
Yeah. I would totally love that. Mm-hmm. It's so awesome to share knowledge with other people. And yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity. It was awesome.
Well, thank you both for having me on, and I will share this video out to my channel too. Once it's up and done, that will be great. And sharing it across my social media.
Thank you so much, Kathy. We'll talk soon. Thank you.
Have a good night. Thank you.
You too. Bye.
Oh, that was awesome. there was so much more I wanted to talk about, but I'm like, there just wasn't enough time. Like, I couldn't do it. So yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah. Whoa. So we have some people welcome into the chat. We had to get going right away, guys. We had to keep on get moving. So we have there's Ginger Ninja and there's the Jersey Twister. Thank you, Jane, and for posting all those links. And Jay Dixon, thank you for posting all the links. That was awesome. Jay, we really miss you. We're glad to see you in the chat and you're back. That's awesome. There's Scratch and Pete, Built on a Rock Homestead, Kalen Strain, Mike's Chaotic Gardening. Hey, I got it down. Chaotic.
Yeah, you got it.
I got it. I got it.
You need a bell. Hold on. Wait. Oh, yeah, you used to have a bell here. Where did my bell go? Oh, we need a bell. You said it right.
There's Uncle Al, Die Bullfrog 79. Uncle Al, hopefully you're on a mend. You're feeling better each day. Uncle Al had a procedure. It's going to take a little while to recover, but we're happy to see you back here, Uncle Al. Yeah. Casings 55 is here. Wanda Moses. Now I want to say chaotic, just to be an ass. Never mind.
Chaotic. Now I can't even say it like he says it. Like I can't do it.
You got to think K for Kozlowski. That's how I got it down. So funny ways to get it down. There's Connie Davidson. Awesome, guys. So they're becoming a green stalker. So right now we have 35 people in the chat. Thank you guys all for coming. We got a great show. We're going to go for a while, guys. We still got another hour and a 20-minute show. But Thursday is going to be another great show. How to make money on a homestead. How to do with farming and chickens and all that kind of stuff. And so I look forward to see you guys on Thursday. Now, we're going to have some kind of seed exchange. But it's going to be registration. You're going to trade somebody. We're going to go buy a wheel. Something very simple. We got to do it so simple. And when you're registered, you have to buy that person. We'll get 5 seed packets. You know, so you could buy seeds anywhere. So if you're in a rush, you could just go to Home Depot or Lowe's. You could have what I've been giving you. But it's something just a little fun. You know, I don't want to see Endive. 5 packets of Endive, somebody that's not going to get Endive.
5 packets of chives. Like that's
make it interesting. Make it fun when you do this contest. And it's about involving you and you guys having some fun. And hey, there's nothing like Happy Mail. Opening up mail, check it out. Wow, there's a card there. There's this there. And I want to do that for Valentine's Day. What better way to get seeds in the mail for Valentine's Day? A lot better than what I get from my wife. No, I'm just joking.
You're listening right now? I mean, really?
Yeah. Oh, jeez. No, I'm just joking about it, you guys. I'm looking for the response. That's called the smack in the head.
Yeah. You know what else we got going on? We have a hot dog eating contest. By the way, we changed it to 50 hot dogs. So, Billy, you're going to be in trouble. I'm kidding. It's 8 is the magic number. So if you can eat 8 hot dogs in a row, you win. And it's going to be a lot of fun. When is that night?
It is the Thursday before the Super Bowl. And it's done by a time limit. Right now it's only Billy. Right now that's entered. The Vineyard Chicks could enter, all 3 of them. And it's 8 hot dogs, 5 minutes. You finish those with the roll. You got to have, it has to be Sabret hot dog because it's nice and easy. You can put ketchup, mustard, chili, whatever you guys want to put on. You want to have a plain, but it has to be on a roll.
I wouldn't add to it because if you're eating, but whatever floats your boat. If you want to put chili on that with beans, have at it. I don't want to be around you ever after 8 hot dogs with chili and beans and all that on it, but whatever floats your boat.
Welcome in Lulu's Treasure Trove. And welcome in Helen Ford. Carrie Leonard, welcome in. Wow, we got 42 people here all of a sudden. Boom. Boom. But it's going to be such a fun time for that. If guys, right now, you're only against Billy. Billy could have stomach issues. He always has stomach issues. You never know what Billy's going to eat. You could have 3 hot dogs. Bunky could win a hot dog eating contest.
You never know.
So you never know. How you doing, Cindy? Welcome in, Cindy.
Hello.
And it's for fun. It's a Thursday before the Super Bowl. It's celebrating the Super Bowl in a different kind of way. And I never seen, and it's only eight hot dogs. Come on, that's it. No big deal.
Come on now. You can eat that in one sitting. Maybe.
Oh, yeah. Jay Dixon. But you're going to be timed online. So just let you. My acid reflux argues against hot dog eating. I totally get it. And if it's a religious reason why you can't eat the spread hot dogs, well, just let us know. Let us know what you have, and we'll work it out. This is for fun. This is all for fun. And the more people that enter, well, the better the contest. We also have the 6 competitions too, guys.
Thank you, Lulu. That's nice of you.
Oh, also, it could be your husband that enters. It could be...
my husband is not eating 8 hot dogs. I will not be around him ever after that. It's bad enough the one year he thought it would be funny to eat like a bunch of pickled eggs. Like he made his hot ones. Yeah, that was disastrous. I didn't even want to like be around him. It was disgusting.
Well, that gives us ideas now for Easter.
No.
The deviled egg eating challenge. Oh my God, we found a winner. I wonder if you're going to get more sick eating from deviled eggs or hot dogs. I could eat 4 hot dogs pretty fast. The rest is an issue. Right now, I'm not doing it because I got a colonoscopy the following week.
Oh God!
I'm 54. I got to get a colonoscopy. I'm 4 years late.
Oh.
Imagine them finding colonoscopy and here comes a couple hot dogs come out. Jeez, that's disgusting.
I know what you ate a couple weeks
Wanda
ago.
says no eggs or beans.
Ooh,
that's a fact. Hey, there's a stock explorer. How you doing, Nora? It's good to see you. Nora's the best.
Guys. Yeah, Nora's awesome.
Nora shares my channel more than anybody that I've ever seen. No matter what it is, she's always sharing. I thank you, Nora. Riverdale Gardens, welcome in. If you guys missed the live that's just coming on in, go rewind it later on and we watch it. Kathy Jentz. I mean, geez, a garden speaker, writer, editor, podcaster, all over the place, award winner. And we're going to definitely have her on. Oh, look at that. Carrie says I can eat 24 hot dogs.
Then sign up, girl.
You got to sign up. But it's only 8, guys. We're not pushing a limit to 24. It's only 8. So, hot dog, go to a registration video. That's all you have to do. Joe, you're killing me tonight. 24. Whoop. You know what? If you want to have more than 8 and you want to have 24, Carrie, we're going to have you on for all 24. It's all good. That sounds good. And Nora has another channel called Tropical Buzz. So go sign up for that site. Also, let me see.
Hey, Nora.
Oh, the 6 contests. We have 6 contests. Well, each winner gets $100. We'll have a registration video for each vegetable. It's going to be, you have to make 3 videos. 3. A seed packet, what you have, and middle season video, which will have a date range for you, and end of season, where it's the finale. And the first one's the watermelon radish. The thing about the watermelon radish, if it splits, it's out. It doesn't count. So you have to just wait.
So you have to baby your watermelon radish?
Yeah, you have to really baby it. Watch out for that split. You got to show the top. That's very important. You got to show the top. And each one gets $100 for the winner.
King Poopa, it's very possible that you could have heated a greenhouse with your egg flatulence. Just throwing that out there.
I want to see people put chili on a hot dog. I should have had that as a thing. And Uncle Hal he got stitches in his gut.
Ooh.
That's disgusting. The
I'm
next
sorry,
contest.
That's horrible.
So we have the watermelon radish. And then we have
Peter Pepper.
Yeah, that's last though. Yeah, we have the Peter Pepper. Let's go right to the Peter Pepper.
Can't wait. This is gonna be funny, you guys. It's gonna be funny. It's goofy. It's everything I'm about, and I can't wait. The Peter Pepper is gonna be quite the challenge this year. What are we going by? We're going by length and girth.
Length, just no girth, just length. Just length.
Y'all. Just length.
Now on my channel last year, Bunky won the Peter Pepper contest.
Oh, look at that! Look at that!
So doesn't matter how old you are to grow the Peter Pepper. So you guys are all good to enter. So that's going to be a lot of fun. The third contest is the zucchini, and who can grow the longest.
And it can't be any zucchini. It has to be the Black Beauty. The original zucchini. And yeah, so and there's stipulations on that as well. If it was laying down on the side, okay, we will count that. But if it's so big that it's starting to discolor in areas, you're out.
It has to be a green zucchini, basically. So it's pretty simple. I mean, you could tell if one side's totally green and the other side's a little yellow. That's okay, because we know it's been laying on the ground. But if you turn that color, it's all yellow, turning, you're not going to eat it. No way. The next one's the Detroit red beet. Very simple vegetable you could grow. That's our second contest for time-wise, right after the watermelon radish. And same thing, we got to weigh it, but if it splits, it's out.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then we have the mammoth Russian sunflower, I think it's called. So, and that's going to be...
Is it Russian or Mongolian?
Russian.
Russian, okay.
I believe it's Russian. I have seeds for that. If you can, I think I gave everybody at one seeds. I probably pretty much gave them that already. So a lot of people should already have that. And if not, try to win a contest and you'll get those seeds. And how long? What's the distance? What's the width of it for the sunflower head? So again, this is all fun. It's fun. It's and we have one more. What else are we missing? So we have the Peter Pepper, the Russian sunflower, the zucchini, the watermelon radish. I'm missing one, ain't I?
Yeah, and I can't remember what it is either.
I got to go through my notes.
Right?
There were 6 total.
6.
There it is. Oh, the tomato.
That's like
the doctor.
We didn't even think about that.
That's probably the first one we should have thought of.
Yeah.
The Dr. Wychie tomato.
Dr. White?
Richie, whatever. It's a beautiful, beautiful tomato. You can buy that seed anywhere. And yeah, I can't wait to see people grow that. And one of the reasons is because a lot of people just choose a red tomato.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we wanted to be a little different. So not many people have grown a huge yellow tomato. And once you grow this, you'll grow for the rest of your life. So that's what I think. Corky's not going to eat it. No, she'll give it a. She's going to give it a choice.
I'll always taste it because I'm curious, but it is not something I just want like a huge hunk of it on my sandwich or something. No thanks.
Let me get a picture of that so people can see what it looks like. Absolutely love the taste of this. I think it's an amazing tomato. So here it is. That's what it looks like. It grew up to 2 pounds. So
if you guys don't have these seeds, you have until when to get them?
You could buy them right now. You're not going to start tomatoes into another month or 2 months anyway.
For a while. So you guys have plenty of time to get these seeds.
So that's how it's spelled. Dr. Wychie yellow tomato. And they're not expensive, guys. $2.50 here at Mountain Valley or True Leaf seeds. So we got competitions, a lot of fun. Now we got a good thing for Easter because we're gonna have we're gonna do the egg one too. That's gonna be funny. How many eggs could you eat? You got to slice it then. You got to actually
some eggs, and I have tons. Okay, I have dozens of eggs every 3 or 4 days, and I don't eat any of them. My husband eats them. I'm not an egg person. I do like the beet eggs, those pickled eggs. Those are really good, but even when like I'll only eat a couple of them. It's not like I will hog down on some eggs. No thanks.
No, it's a little different than Amish yellow. A little different. This is a 2-pound tomato.
The hard-boiled, they're hard-boiled, and then you pickle them, in vinegar. Well, the ones I like, you require pickled beets, cinnamon, vinegar, some sugar, and then you put them in a jar or a bowl for a week. And yeah, I know, Wanda. I know. I love my chickens. I just, after a while, I got to get sick of eggs. Like, I don't think people realize, like, I see dozens and dozens of eggs all the time, and I can't do it anymore. My husband, on the other hand, he'll eat 4 or 5 at a time in the morning for breakfast, but not I. Oh, okay. Ginger Ninja said if she can do devil eggs, she'll definitely enter her son in that one.
But first, we got the hot dog, guys. Hot dog eating contest. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I just think it's going to be so much fun seeing people eat. Yeah. And now it looks like we're going to have 2 with Carrie Leonard entering as a second contestant.
Nice.
So, Billy, you're up for a competition.
Can't wait to see this happen. Oh, it's going to be great. And it's all in fun. Unless you get massive indigestion, and I'm sorry. Maybe you stock up on Tums and anti stuff before you start. Updo.
So I just want to show something to everybody. This is our guest for Thursday.
Ooh, I'm excited for this.
This is farmer Jeff Zawicki, which I pronounced wrong according to Jujubi. So we'll find that out. I'm gonna start doing my research after today. But Regenerative Success Podcast, Regenerative Art or Agriculture. 5 things you must have in your broader house. I got to get my glasses on. Terrible thing. This is very interesting. Tom saved 1,000 as first batch of chickens. 1 second. Let me go to videos here.
I was going to say, I can barely read that, and I have contacts in, so it might not be you.
From $300 a month to $20,000 in a month. Farming profitability. The problem with destructive ag. I mean, there's a lot of interesting. Chickens. I wonder in the chat how many people have chickens.
I'm gonna have so much fun talking to this guy about chickens because, I love my chickens. It's so cool.
Kevin saved $3,150 on his farm in just 1 hour. How to increase your farm profitability. I mean, this is great stuff, guys. Farmer increases profit $40,000 with 2 simple changes. Building soil and health with regenerative agriculture. How I lowered my feed cost by 40 times. I mean, there's a lot of chat. Here, farm profitability in 30 minutes a day. How to start a scale, a 6-figure regenerative farm. So there's a lot of stuff to talk about on Thursday. And like I have always said, the more people that gets in this chat, the higher people will, the better the people. I mean, what I want to say is We already had great people. How can we get any better?
Yeah, you guys don't understand like how much you affect this channel. You are awesome. You're always here. I see the same names. I can't even talk. Same names week after week being in here. So you guys are really helping us Grow Big TV and how we want it to be. And we really appreciate it. Also, we are really close on hours. So if you guys can watch or rewatch some of our videos, some of our playlists that we have out there, that would be splendid. However, I'm like really surprised because some of our videos have reached like 2,000 views. I think the cauliflower one has reached, I can't remember, it was an astronomical amount. And Mary's Heirloom Seeds, that interview is already at 1,000 views. And so just stuff like that, we really, really appreciate you guys. And that's another reason why we do these competitions too. It gives you a chance to win seeds or mixers or whatever we have on the list. So it gives you a chance to participate in the channel and to help us out in the process. By helping us out, you click the thumbs up and then you share us out on social media. And the more people that follow us, the better. So we really appreciate that. I'm going to start letting it play on my TV during the day. That'd be awesome. Thank you so much. If you guys have dogs that you turn on the radio for every day, have Grow Big TV on. whatever it works for you.
We have those the list right down for you, nice and easy to go down, watch, leave a comment. You know, it's like going to the bathroom after watching a 2-hour video. It's perfect. You just leave a comment when you go to the bathroom, grab something to drink, come on back and watch the next one. Welcome, Systems and Soil More. It's so good to see you. We need for 3,000. Because now you have 3,000 and 4,000. You could do super chats at 3,000. We got to make emojis. We got to start making emojis.
Thanks, Lulu.
Different kind of. I was going to say different kind of poop emojis, but you know what? That's a different channel. Anyway, wow, we got to really think that in. Huge vegetables. That's all we got to do. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so you guys might catch us like randomly going live whenever we can. It's because we are trying to get those hours. We typically like to let people know when we're going live, but right now during this time period, we're going to randomly go live whenever we can to get the rest of our hours in. Our typical nights are Tuesdays, Thursdays, and then Joe is still continuing to do the Sunday Fun Day just so we can get our hours in. I think we only have like 800 hours left though. So probably less than that, but we're getting there. So I'm so excited.
Jay came up with something. Good luck. The garden manure is a poop emoji. Perfect. It happens. Yeah, we need 548 hours for that to happen. We have my goal is to be monetized by my birthday. My birthday is January 24th. My wife's birthday is January 23rd, and Joey's is January 27th. So that is birthday week. So that'd be a great way to usher in birthday week is to be monetized.
Awesome.
So I will have a part 3 of my hot peppers that I'm growing. So I will have that going live soon. Yeah, so don't mind some of the coverage. So hopefully we could give you some guys, some quality information when we're doing these lives. And we're here to answer your questions too the best we can. What else? I'm still interested in deer talk. This deer, Jersey Twister said it before. They're building so much right now in Jackson. I mean, acres and acres and acres of land. Where do deer? Where does all the animals go to? Stay out of my yard.
Yeah, that's another thing is they're going to be in people's yards. They're, if they don't have anywhere to go, they're going to be in your backyard. And
Yeah,
what's sad for the population is they get friendlier and friendlier, and then before you know it, they get hit by cars and everything else because they're not acclimated to being wild anymore. People treat them like pets.
Oh yeah, we got to make up some merch. We have some ideas. It might be a combination where I send stuff from my house, just like I did the Garden State Gardener t-shirts, and another one might be a website. So we got to work on that too. But that's very exciting. We're looking forward to that. Because if you do like a black shirt with, I don't know, we got to find a color we want to use, green or blue or whatever. It's so much cheaper just to buy them instead of get them shipped and all that other money. But if you're doing a multi, like our logo, then it's going to cost more money. And so that might have to go to a place where we could just have them do all the work and we don't have to do anything except make it up.
Yeah. I know for my other channel, I use Redbubble, but I do not make any money from that. I did that on purpose because to get the cost to what I think is correct, I don't make any money off of it. So we have to really talk about that and figure that out.
Now we cannot forget two things though. You know, you could get seeds at My Gardener. Yeah, My Gardener. And you can get 10% off your seeds by using the word #GrowBig.
That's
and it's exciting. You could get free shipping too if you spend more than $18. But not just in My Gardener, we're affiliated with, well, who we affiliated with again? I forgot. Oh, Mary's Heirloom Seeds. And if you use the word grow big, well, it helps us out because we get a couple dollars as a twist off if you buy a lot. But I don't think one person has bought any seeds from Mary's Heirloom Seeds because I haven't got anything back yet. But by you getting 10% off, we get a couple pennies out of that, and that helps us out too.
Mary's Heirloom Seeds has a lot of package deals too. So she puts a lot of vegetables together, and then you can buy those at a price as well. It's stuff that she thinks it goes good together, and she puts it together. And so she has different packages. She has fertilizers, all that kind of stuff there too. And there is a shipping preference. I believe that you have to spend at least $20 to get free shipping. And and if you use Grow Big, just Grow Big for Mary's at the end, you get your 10% off. So I think that's pretty awesome. Mary's and My Gardener have really awesome seed collections. So definitely want to go and check those out. For me, this is what I do, and I've always done this in the past, is I shop around because there's a lot of things that Mary's Heirloom Seeds has that My Gardener doesn't have. And there's a lot of stuff that My Gardener has that Mary's doesn't have. So I take that to my advantage, and I go through both sites. So if there's something that My Gardener doesn't have, I go to Mary's. And if Mary has it or doesn't have it, I go to My Gardener. And then I will use both of their sites and get my 10% off. So that way you're taking advantage of both. And you guys have no idea. The $20 limit is amazing compared to other companies. I love Johnny Seeds, but you have to at least spend $200 to get free shipping there. So to just spend $20 to get free shipping is absolutely amazing. So
and the shipping costs like $20, $15 for Johnny Seeds for a couple of seed packets. Yeah. It's crazy. It's way too expensive.
But yeah, so that's something to think about as well.
And guys, the germination rate in both of those companies are amazing. You're getting great germination rate, great healthy plants. It's not like they're getting seeds from places that are infested with things. You got really quality seeds.
Yeah, just like my husband said, Mary had a wild leek seed that you don't get. Okay, so Wild leeks are ramps, basically, and I had a ton of ramp seeds, and I got those started. She had mountain cranberry seeds. I got those started. I got a lot of things that you can't get anywhere else. And wild strawberry seeds, I have those in my food forest. So that's another thing that you want to look at Mary's heirloom seeds that you don't get at MI Gardener. So you want to definitely check that out, because the wild leeks, the ramps, is awesome. It takes a while for them to get started, but once you get them started, they will spread. And for me, I have a really wet backyard, so ramps are just like, I can grow those all over the place. I have some there right now. So just stuff like that. So check it out and do your due diligence and just shop and see if, that works for you. So by the way, just take advantage of the 10% off and basically the free shipping. I'm sorry, but with MI Gardener, I bought like 5 packs of seeds that I really wanted. And before I knew it, I was at my $18 shipping. And I was like, whoa, I'm going to buy a couple more packs, get my 10% off. I got my seeds for really inexpensive, and they're good quality seeds. And I got a really good germination rate on everything. I have never had anything fail unless it's something that I did myself. Like, there's nothing that I haven't had fail. So, except for a couple things. I had like some seeds that I had to soak, and those loofah gourds, like I totally have messed up on those before trying to get those to start. So mainly it's been my error, not the seeds error. I got a bag of the trifecta along with my own. Oh, that's awesome. I really want that, but I got to wait because I have bought a lot of seeds, and then I have Christmas still on my credit card. So I have to wait a little bit before I can, go and buy some trifecta, but I really, really want to get that. And then they have another one. What was the other one? It wasn't trifecta. It was something really silly name, and I can't.
Sally Lass or something.
Sassy Lass.
Sassy Lass.
I want to get some of that too, because I want to try that.
I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing the same thing. That's really good stuff.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to get some of that. I'm going to load my peas, put my peas down. Guys, before you know it, end of March is coming, and I'm going to be planting my peas out there. I'm like, oh, so excited. Can't wait. Dude, I messed up last year on peas, and I could just kick myself. So this year, I'm not messing up. I got the right peas. I can't wait to get those in the ground. It's one of my favorite vegetables.
1 second, I want to answer the Vineyard Chicks question. Also, we're having an awesome interview on February 2nd, guys. Somebody from the UK. Woohoo! You're going to like this one.
It's up there, King Poobah. I don't know. I know Jane Doe posted it with the link. So it's up in the chat up there. By the way, you guys, for Mary's Heirloom Seeds, we have a special link. So you have to use that link, then type in Grow Big when you check out. If you use that link, she marks the traffic on that link and knows how many people have used that link that we have advertised. So if you use that link for Mary's, that will help us. So click on that, and then when you check out, use Grow Big when you're checking out, and you'll see it. It'll say comments or something at the end, and you just type in Grow Big. Sorry. Go ahead.
It's so, guys, it's so important. You could just keep on rambling on. It's all good. It's so important what you're talking about. So this is trifecta. It's a 5-10-4. They come in 3-pound bags, 6-pound bags, or 15-pound bags. And I'll tell you a story about this. Also, let me show Sassy Lass first. This is Sassy. I want to get some
of that Sassy Lass for sure. I can't wait. I'm going to put it in my herb beds. It's going to be like, boom. Can't wait.
It's a 2-pound bag, molasses concentrate with 1% humic acid and 2% fulvic acid. But humic acid, guys, wow, this is awesome stuff. This stuff doesn't get enough. It should have higher. They only have 2 reviews so far, and they're both 5-star. This works really, really well. It's a micro booster, guys. If your plants have healthy roots, and it helps your microbes, you have a healthy plant, and you stop diseases, and stop the aging process of the plant. Like, it just keeps on growing and growing and growing and growing. So if you have problems with your plants, they're not turning gray and this and that, disease issues, you put that stuff in, it's like amazing. And look who's in the background.
He's ready for bed. Hi, Bubba. Oh, by the way, he doesn't have school tomorrow. They canceled it already because it's the weather's supposed to get bad. So I'm like, I get to spend a day with my little schmutzy. What's up?
Hey, it's the Marshmallow Man.
Will you come here for a second? Can you say hi? Hello. Say hi to everybody. Say hi.
No.
What? That's crazy talk.
Sorry, I was doing something.
It's okay.
Come on.
Oh, that was cute. Hi, Dustin.
Hey, Joe. I went through the Mary's Heirloom seed thing. Green Stalker. If you go to the final checkout page, there's a spot all the way at the bottom for the code.
All the way at the bottom for the code for Mary's.
So let me see. There it is there. That's the link. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's the link you should be using. I don't know. I don't know if I should show everybody who we're going to interview on February 2nd. I could give you a clue. His name is Tony.
I'm so excited. We're getting these awesome people to hang out with us and talk garden talk with us, and I'm so excited. I don't think I would reveal that yet. Let's make it a surprise.
Okay, that's the only clue. Tony, and he's from the UK. Yo, Tony.
Yo, Tony. Love it.
Yeah, that's gonna be a pretty good interview too. So, Jay.
I know. Jeez.
Jeez Louise.
Jeez Louise.
But we have some important people coming on. It just needs to be worked out. So it's Groundhog's Day too. Look at that.
I know. Oh my gosh, this is funny about Groundhog's Day. So a friend of ours is a judge magistrate in Pennsylvania, and he lives near Puxatawny, where the Groundhog Day is. And so every year we plan on going there, and we never do. I'm gonna have to make it a trip and go there for Groundhog's Day, because they have like a huge festival, and then you can watch the groundhog like they have a whole club, like the officials, and they like stand on stage, and like they have the groundhog, and they like wait and they watch to see if he sees his shadow. I want to go so bad. So yeah, we'll have to go. It'll be fun. Maybe you can meet us. How far away is Puxatawny from you? It's not very far.
I don't know. I gotta figure it out. That'd be fun. That'd be great.
Fun.
Last year, I only took 5 days off of work.
Oh wow!
It's too bad it's a new year. I never had a chance to use them.
Oh. Well, maybe we could start changing some things so you can take some time off.
I'm hoping so too. So is my family.
Happy Max.
No, you're working till 1 a.m.
Happy Max says you have to dress in formal attire. So if you have a top hat, you have to wear your top hat.
We actually have, it's called the Milltown Phil, and they do the same thing in Milltown. It's supposed to be one of the biggest things on the East Coast, and it's which is pretty cool. But that's nothing like going to Pennsylvania. I love that movie.
I'm a huge Bill Murray fan. So it's funny. I love that movie. There's only a couple movies that I don't like that he's in, though. I am a fan. There was one, I think it was Punch Drunk Love. It's a horrible movie. The music in it just made me want to punch myself. It's horrible. Other than that, I really like the movies he's in.
The worst movie I ever seen from Bill Murray was Lost in Translation.
Maybe
I never seen people just leave the movie theater before.
Maybe it was that one, because is that where he meets somebody else in Japan, or they're in Japan or something?
Yes.
That's it. That's the movie. It was horrible, and the music in it was horrible and really obnoxious, and like, I don't know if it was supposed to be like that or what, but it was horrible.
And they pumped that movie up with award-winning movie and everything like that.
Yeah.
And he was so on a high, he was in such a high pedestal that he was like, you got to go see him. He was like the biggest actor at the time.
Yeah.
And it was like, you're just staring at each other like, I'm lost in translation. I'm lost.
King Poobah. Well, yeah, his friend that lives in PA, he works with the Top Hat guys that do the show for the groundhogs. It's a club or something. I can't remember what it's called, but it's pretty funny. And but yeah, I love Bill Murray and I love Dan Aykroyd, and I was super excited. I'm into weird things. Dan Aykroyd did this alien was it Ghost Hunter show on the History Channel, and I was like, oh my gosh, Dan Aykroyd's on the History Channel. I was so excited. I can't wait to watch. I haven't seen it yet. I just saw previews for it, so I was super excited. I love Dan Aykroyd.
And the Vineyard Chick was Air Jordan was awesome with Bill Murray. Yeah,
for sure.
Some of his movies are just it's perfect. They were perfect. Nothing like the 80s. Music and comedy. What happened? It was all or nothing. We had it all then. Now what happened?
Yeah, we lost all the good ones. We lost all the good ones. I'm working on games. Been up since Monday. Oh, I'm sorry, Wanda Moses.
But I can't. Hey guys, if we could get to 500 after Sunday, that's my actual goal. Right before birthday week. Because what's today? The 16th or something?
Yeah. It's the 16th.
So we got by Friday, let me see, we got Thursday show, Sunday show, and a little in between. I don't think we're going to make it, but it could be close.
Happy Max said Dan Aykroyd makes spectacular vodka. I didn't know he had his own vodka. Now I'm going to have to go out and look for it. I just think he's so fascinating and weird. He's a very weird person, but I just think that's fascinating. I don't know. I'm just travel nightmares due to the weather. Oh, I'm sorry, Wanda.
As you can tell, I'm getting some seeds.
Oh my gosh. Seeds. If you guys don't know, Joe is swimming in seeds over there. Swimming in them. He's like, what is that show? Darkwing Duck, where he's like, he goes and he dives into all the coins. It's Joe, but he's diving into mounds of seeds.
A lot of investments made here. You invest in yourself, you invest in you. So I'm investing in you. Grow. You guys like
gosh, he does Crystal Head vodka. I knew that, but I didn't know that was his brand. That's funny. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go and look for it. Scrooge McDuck. That's it. Thanks, Mike.
You know, I got a lot of petunias. Holy crap, do I got a lot of petunias. That can make it easy for put it in. Hey, I want petunia. I want a petunia. So we're gonna give away some petunias. Because I got some petunias.
Oh my God, man. Petunias are so cool. They're some of my favorites, and in fact, it's one of my favorite flowers. I haven't yet to see it, but they have black petunias out, which you guys know how much I love black flowers and dark colored stuff. And around here in some of the greenhouses and stuff, they have black petunias in like hanging baskets and stuff. They usually sell them like around Mother's Day and like stuff like that, and they're absolutely gorgeous. and I've always wanted to get my hands on them. Those are really pretty, but I don't know how to get my hands on them. I don't know if there are specific seed that only greenhouses can get a hold of or what, but they're just absolutely gorgeous. Yes, Denise, if you've seen them, you know what I'm talking about. They're gorgeous.
So we're going to give some petunias away.
Ooh.
Why? Why not? I got a lot of seeds to go out. A lot of seeds.
Baker Creek has some really pretty petunias, guys. If you go on their site, you take a look. I know he has some right now, but if you take a look on there, they have some really pretty dark ones. They're heirloom ones. They're really pretty. And I grew some last year or the year before. And my husband, like, I didn't have a place to grow anymore. I was like so packed full. And my husband's like, I'm going to grow these in my tomato bed. And he's like, see, my flowers are prettier than yours. Like, he started a like weird competition with me. But anyway, they were gorgeous. So.
Yeah, Jay, the thing with that seed tip, I know in New Jersey, they're not allowing their seeds. They just throw them out. And they're telling their employees, do not give it to anybody because they can get sued. So it's crap. Exactly. You have some seeds, give them out. Don't throw them out.
Walmart does that too. At the end of the year, whatever they don't sell, they are forced to throw it in the trash can. They don't have a choice.
Wanda says, loving the pepper series. Awesome. Well, we're going to make another one because we got part 3 coming up. Might be tonight. Who knows? Okay. So I'm going to do the generator. So let me
steam your buns, Billy. What? Oh, he's going to do Vienna sausages with mini cut down bread rolls. Okay. Well, you know what's funny is there's a lot of people out there doing low carb. So I don't know if Joe will allow it, but if you are only doing low carb, if you use the low carb tortillas and you can wrap the hot dog in that with like ketchup or whatever, that makes a really good hot dog. So if you're doing low carb, I don't know if Joe will allow the low carb.
Nope. Not in this day. It's a Super Bowl Sunday. There's no such thing as low carbs on a.
See, I was reaching for you, y'all. I was reaching for
you. Nope. It's like a fat day. Okay, let me see. Hashtag. Let me see what we could do. Hashtag Jane Doe.
Ooh.
Hashtag Jane Doe. Okay, they're starting to come on in. Winner gets petunias. Petunia. Thank you, everyone, for coming and sticking with us and supporting us and sharing us out and all those little things. We appreciate it.
I'm in a room with no heat whatsoever. You guys don't have. I'm getting frostbite on my toes. You have no idea what I go through for you guys. There's no heat in this room. I'm freezing. I'm surprised you guys can't see my breath.
What are you smoking there? What are you smoking?
Ooh, John Brinkworth is in the house. Thanks for coming in. Dawn and Hala having fun.
Hey, Tammy's here. Welcome in, Tammy. Tammy M. Hook and rod in hand.
Nice.
You guys been lurking. Welcome in, Terry. Good to see you. Just to let you guys know, when we do these generator things, including on Sunday Fun Day, they're going to be sometimes in the middle and the beginning of the chat. So, because we want to involve you guys in the chat. It's not going to just be at the end of the chat when some people just come at the end of the chat because they know we're giving stuff away. It might be changed up a little bit.
We might give away stuff in the middle or at the end or the beginning. All three. You don't
Yeah,
know.
maybe all three. I'm supplied for all three.
You don't know. It's a mystery.
Okay, first winner. Here we go. If you haven't entered, put Jane Doe, hashtag Jane Doe, and you're going to win a
Make sure you share it.
There we go. Oh, I didn't share it?
No, I'm not
Okay.
in my house except for my bedroom is unheated. I've been cooking in the kitchen. Oh gosh, girl. I would have went somewhere else, somewhere warm. Not this week. It's been like 13 for here. It's been like 13 degrees or less. So.
Okay, let's see if it pops on up. If that pops on up, I'm ready to go. There it is. Okay, here we go. Here's the draw.
No! Who's it going to be?
First winner of the night is Denise Lee.
Yes, Denise. It's beautiful as a petunia.
Second winner.
Thank you.
Kathleen Moran is here. Welcome in, Kathleen. Mike's Chaotic Gardening.
As beautiful as a petunia. Congratulations, Mike.
Next winner.
Ooh, who's it gonna be?
John Brinkworth.
Yay! Woo! Party time! Congratulations.
Fourth winner. Thank you, all the mods. Thank you guys. Rick is here. Rick Thane. Don't you know? Don't you know?
Oh my gosh! Don't you know? Is a winner. Don't you know?
Rick Thalion, welcome in. Rick, welcome in. There's Happy Mac. Happy Mac is here. Okay, let's go. Another winner. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Casings 55.
Woo! Party!
Okay, let me stop sharing this. I got to find something. I need to know something in a chat. We discussed this, but if there was a time for us to go live, remember it's an hour and a half, 2 hour live. Is 7 o'clock good for you the way we have it, or is 8 o'clock better?
Yeah, that's what we've been just thinking about, because we seem to get more people like towards the end. Like, so does that mean we need to be on at 8 o'clock? Like, let us know what you think.
So let's know in chat. Just put 7 or 8 is good for you. There's Tammy Peach. I love that Tammy corrected me with her name, because I would have been saying it wrong for as long as she never corrected me. But when she said Peach, I'm like, perfect. I like saying Peach. 7, 7, 8. 8 is too late for me, so that's 7.
Seems like 7's winning.
Yeah, 7's better. I go to bed early in the winter. Now, we might change it to 8 in the summer, but we'll talk about that when it happens. 7, it seems like 7 o'clock is the best. 7 o'clock Central Time, but 7 Eastern works great for me. Okay, so 7. So.
Yeah, it's East Coast. Yeah.
Yeah, so it seems like 7 o'clock is the perfect time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what we really wanted to find out.
Yeah.
Because when we start at 7, it really takes time to get going. And we want to make sure are you guys coming here getting quality information, or is it just for free seeds? You know, because we don't want to be known as a giveaway channel. I'm here just because I want to support you because you're supporting me. You know, it's like a friendship, a balance, a marriage, you know? So I just want to make sure that, because we work our butt off in trying to get guests and information and everything out to you guys. and we just want to make sure it's worthy. It's worthy. It's worthy. And so, when we start at 7, it's like you see 6 people, and it's like, is our information good enough? Guess that if we look at it as they're not here, my information must really suck.
No, our information doesn't suck because people are watching. Like, seriously, think about it, Joe. Like, we did one on kale and we were like so worried about it. And then you see the numbers on our kale and we're like, holy crap, people were interested in it. And then cauliflower. The cauliflower one is like, has a ton of numbers. So people are interested. We just like got to find the right sync, I guess you would say, the right mojo, the right oomph.
The oomph.
The
Well,
oomph.
I'm just, I'm always listening, and I think that's one thing that everybody should do today is listen a lot more.
Yeah, in the summertime, y'all, we may go later because like it doesn't get dark until like 8:30, 9 o'clock anyway. So that's something we need to think about too, because I'm gonna be out in the garden a lot. So I don't know. We'll think about it, and we got plenty of time before that happens anyway. So
we got a lot of stuff because what we're showing, we're showing everything, the way we start everything, all the way to when we finish to when we eat it. So, we're showing everything on this channel. It's not just talking. So let me see. Hashtag.
hey, Gil.
Hashtag Joey. That's my son. He's going to be 14. He's going to go in high school next year.
That's crazy. I remember when I was 14.
And Jen, if you could find the link from my son's story, a lot of people might not know it. My son has been through cancer and battling a lot of things, and he has quite the interesting story. If you just type in Joseph Kozlowski, he'll be holding up an R, and you could hear Joseph's story. It's about Rutgers and him. His motto was CHOP when he was going through cancer, and Rutgers' motto was CHOP. And they start the Rutgers football season off in a video, and about 2 minutes and 40 seconds in, we start showing up, and it tells a nice story for about 15 minutes. It's a pretty inspirational video. The more you play it, you might get teary-eyed. But he's doing good right now. I mean, we got a lot of issues ahead of us, but he's chopping. He's chopping. Actually, I had a call from the Rutgers ticket office today and asking about him, which is pretty cool. So hashtag Joey. For more petunias. There we go. Make sure you guys email me at gardenstategarden@yahoo.com. It's not Gmail, it's Yahoo, just to let you guys know. If you guys do not receive anything, if you guys don't receive these seeds by next week, please let me know. A lot of stuff is going to be mailed out in the next 2 or 3 days. I get paid tomorrow, so I can start mailing stuff out. So that works out. Okay. So, okay, guys, here we go. First draw for more petunias. Garden State so-and-so. Congratulations. Second one. Whoop. Kalen Strain. Can you read what Jay said? Because I'm doing this quirky. I can't really.
I do not see it. Oh, Grow Big TV. Oh, Jay put out the link for your 6 Grow Big TV, and Kevin has a tremendous success and is open to share ideas about growing gardening education.
Oh, that's awesome. Anything garden education is good, especially with kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here we go. Next winner. So congratulations, Kayla, is the last winner. That's unbelievable. Mike's Chaotic Gardening.
Yay!
I tell you what, my computer loves Mike. It's like they have a relationship going. Next two winners. Shani, 2003.
Woo, congratulations.
Congratulations, Shani. Shani. Camp Patton Family Compound. Congratulations to Gil.
Congratulations.
So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to play for 2 minutes a thing on my son. And, so if you guys ever want to look for it. So here it is. That's my son, Joseph Kozlowski. Big Ten football journey. Of course, a commercial.
What if the promise of better work?
I hate commercials. They got to make money too, the Big Ten network. You can get the Big Ten network anywhere. So they have a journey, something special each week.
Hey, Drunken Chef.
Drunken Chef Barbecue. Good to see you. Okay, so this is the son's video. Let me see. I've been preaching to him for the last 8 years. It has to do a lot about family. Forget about me. I love you. A lot of the stuff Coach Shiano taught throughout these years.
I love you. You love me. We are happy family.
Joey's always been a good kid. He always had that drive in him.
Well, you started at 4 years old. Move ahead a little bit.
I just looked out the window and, didn't realize how much my life was going to change.
It turned out to be Castleman disease, which is a lymphatic type of disease with pretty much the same treatments, but it's also an autoimmune disease. Only 500 kids have it every year. But what Joey has, it's a lot more complicated because it's a whole region.
His big thing was he going to die? He would say to me at night, what's it like when you get to heaven? And those were the questions that were the hardest. His mass was so large, we tried just rituximab by itself, which is the R, and then that only worked so far. So we moved on to the regimen of, they call it CHOP. And we were in the elevator going to the car, and I said, do you realize it's R-CHOP? Shiano's key phrase.
I go, that's right. R-CHOP. That's what we're going through. So here we got all these Rutgers things going on, and now it's the R-CHOP we're going to battle through, and we're going to CHOP Hospital. Everything is CHOP. That's what we're always telling our son, CHOP, CHOP.
I was confused until my parents explained to me Children's Hospital of Pennsylvania on the side. I was like, oh, that's what it means.
During this whole ordeal in the beginning, Rutgers was going to name another coach. And Coach Shiano's name came up. So when he's in this hospital bed, everything in my mind was CHOP. How are we going to CHOP?
Thanks everyone for the support. I'm chopping. We're all in this together. Keep chopping. I like it because it means you fight hard and you just chop. You just keep on going.
Joey took each course of treatment like a champ. Never once did he say, "Poor me." This mass, with the art chop, it came down from 9x7 to 4x1. March 12th, Joey had open heart surgery. The doctor removed the mass, and it was just a complete miracle that it worked.
He's only has 60% of his lung capacity. It's not really going to get any better. His red blood cells are smaller than normal. We know as a parent we got to be positive, because if we're positive, it's going to go off on him. It's my strong boy, and he's doing it.
Done. Done, done, done.
Dun dun dun. He's battling through, and he's chop. I'm telling you, chop, 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 chop. That is all he knows what to do.
I hope you guys are chopping, but I'm leaving chop. Go or you.
Welcome home, Joey. We're so glad to see you. Welcome home, Joey.
People say, like, you're so strong, and it's
This tap is
Oh, a
tool
commercial. You
that
believe
shapes how
that?
teens navigate the world. It's how they
like just, I don't have a choice, you know. This is my kid, and I'll do anything for him.
Right. That was a beautiful spiral. A lot better than Daddy's.
Keep chopping. Think of the bright things. Don't think of the dark. That just makes it worse and pain. Think about the things you love about your life. Think of the things you do when you get better.
Good job. Good job. So I'm going to keep on playing this, guys, for a little bit.
Hello, college football team and coaches of Rutgers.
This is my boy.
To win the games, you have to be good at offense. Score 31 points. Defense. Create turnovers. Special teams. Score. Trust family.
Well, that's passion right there, right? I mean, he is just, you can tell that's in him. That's in his blood. He is really fired up.
Go over your limits and win. Again.
I got about 123 guys that are going to get a view of that. You talk about Chop. Joey's all about Chop. He's a special young man.
Joey, what's going on? It's Coach Fran here at the state of Rutgers, man. I've been thinking about you, praying for you. Hopefully you have a
He is not a head coach at Sarah.
Someone to let you know that without you, I wouldn't be chopping every single day. I know the tough guy that you are. Continue to be tough, continue to push, and I'll see you at spring practice and at the games this year. Keep chopping.
Coach Brown left a thing on Twitter for Joey. He goes, Dad, he wants to be my friend. And I'm like, that's what it's about. It's all about family, Joe.
Then once, I got an opportunity to speak to his father, and he was telling me what he was going through, and he was getting ready to have surgery, and it just broke me. All he wants to do is see Rutgers win. So when you see a kid like that that's going through what he's going through and was just able to focus, like, he's really what Chop is.
I was signing up for the next community service and a couple other players too. It was about Joe's fight with cancer, and when we talk about Chop, he chops through it. It's honestly crazy. So I was very excited to meet Joe in this community service event.
I remember coming into the house, we sat down, we played cards, we played like a bunch of games, and the fact that he always brings a smile, like he always has a smile on his face. He is always there like, hey, Robin, just chop, like that. Like, it's impossible to not be inspired by Joey and what he's been able to do.
One night, I said, Joe, how you feeling? He goes, I feel pretty good. I go, hey, if I get tickets, would you want to go to a Rutgers basketball game? Yeah, let's go.
He went to the game just before his surgery, and he was on the floor, and the band chanted his name when he came in.
Joey. I had no idea any students would know Joey's name.
It was the happiest moment of my life. Lots of people were chanting my name, and it was all Rutgers and basketball.
he came home, and just to see how excited he was. He was doing little Fortnite dances on the side, and I don't think he knew we saw them, but we did.
Family Trust Chop is all over the place. Well, that's what it's here too. The love from this town, the love from our family. It's a whole surroundings. It's amazing what it's doing to help my son get through this. Yeah, you get kind of teary-eyed over that, don't you? I wasn't planning on playing it a lot, but it seemed like a lot of people have never seen that video before. So I'm like, let me play it. Look, I'm still crying here a little bit. Joey's mass was in the arteries of his heart. It's the largest mass ever recorded. What he has, if you look under a microscope, it looks, hey, how you doing, Walt Rogers? It looks exactly like Hodgkin's disease. But if you look under it with the microscope, and it still looks like Hodgkin's disease. So you really have to really look to see what it is. Now, what he has, there's only actually 2 kids in the world that has what he has. He has a new classification. They have something called unicentric, which is 1 lymph node. Multicentric is multiple lymph nodes. But his was so large that the other lymph nodes will get inflamed. The other ones, so they called it regional Castleman's because it's different variations. And by a miracle and prayers from all over the world, doctor got the mass out, but somewhere along the way they hit his phrenic nerve, which paralyzed his diaphragm. So he has like a pacemaker on it and stuff like that, and he'll have that for 10 years. We had multiple surgeries after that. But he's doing good. Joey's doing great. His grade point average, his lowest grade all last year was 94.5. I think that was my highest score in freaking 6 years at school. He has like a 99, 98.5 average or something like that, which is pretty amazing. He's about the same height as me, about a quarter of an inch smaller now. So he's a 5'9". It's my great boy. So if you haven't watched that before, go check out the whole entire video. I played about 3/4 of it. And there's Mrs. Puff. Mrs. Puff was my gym teacher.
Aw.
So it's good to see Mrs. Puff here. She actually was a teacher to my sister. And I don't know if my brother had her as a teacher. But I know Mrs. Puff since I was in 4th grade. Or 3rd grade. 3rd or 4th grade. Which is pretty amazing. Much love. So thank you guys for listening to that. Yes, I do get teary-eyed because we went through hell. Yep. Okay, so let me do the last 5 winners of the giveaway tool here. So let's do this here. We might have a new giveaway tool next week. Wait till you see that one. Whoop. Messed that up. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm getting there. Hashtag Petunia. Hashtag Petunia. Put hashtag Petunia in. Starting to come on in. The way I look at life is my son is just that's my story. A lot of people have a lot of other problems with their kids, but just love as much as you can each day and do what you could do every day, and everything will take care of itself. Live life to the fullest. All this arguing, bickering, and bull crap, we don't need that in our life. Always try to look forward and love as much as you can. Wow, there's 42 people in the chat. Boom.
Boom.
Boom. Okay. Here we go, guys. Here's the first draw. Whoop, we got a couple of people still coming in. Tasha Lynn, welcome in. Anybody new that just came on in that we didn't see before? I think we got everybody. If anybody else is lurking, hello. Okay, here we go. First draw. The winner gets Petunia. Don't you know? Don't you know?
Don't you know?
I love that name. Second winner. And Joey is going to be on my live on January 24th, just to let you guys know. He's going to give me some jelly beans. We're going to do something we haven't done in a long time. Dawn and Holla, having fun. Dawn and Holla. So he's told me he was going to do it on my birthday. So we'll see if he comes. And he hasn't given me jelly beans in 2 years. Those stink bug jelly beans, oh my God, it's the worst.
The worst one, I think, is the smelly socks.
Oh, no way.
That was the worst.
Maybe we have to do the Wickershire project.
The Wickershire. Wicca.
Congratulations, Billy. Okay, who's going to be the next one?
Sour milk is bad too.
Oh my God. Jay Dixon.
Jay, you're a winner. You're a winner. Woo!
Jay, it's so good to see you. Hopefully you're feeling a little better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, last winner of the Petunia.
Oh, vomit's pretty bad too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
I forgot
disgusting.
about all those ones. Maybe because I had them and I wish to have never tasted them ever again.
Oh, so last winner was Kaylin. So we got some double winners there today. That saves in postage. So congratulations to all the winners. There's 47 people now in the chat. Thank you guys. So, wow. Going back to our interview, Kathy Jentz. Half of the people weren't here. If you guys could go back and go watch that video, we really appreciate it. And you're going to learn a lot. Mm-hmm. Kathy is, she's a garden speaker, writer, editor, podcaster, award winner in several things. So, you know, that's an awesome guest we had on. And we're going to have her on again. Definitely going to have her on again. And it'll be a lot longer too, instead of those 45 minutes. I'm happy she stayed 45 minutes. Imagine telling everybody, no, you got to do your thing. I'll get there when I can. Then we'll work on something. That's okay. Let me see. So yeah, congratulations to all the winner. Let me see if we missed any questions. Atasha Lynn says, "Will do building my raised beds now in New York for spring. Are they filled up with snow?" Tasha, they filled up with snow in New York right now and ice. We got a lot of ice. There's Janice. Hi, Janice. That's about it. So let me see what time it is. A little over 2 hours. I might go live. I might probably go upstairs, grab something to eat, and go back live if you guys want to hang out for a little while and show the rest of my pepper collection. So if you guys could check that out, that's great.
Getting spicy up in here.
Getting spicy. And thank you, Corky, for coming on with the computer issues and all this and that.
I don't know what happened. I know I have so much crap on my computer. I just need to get rid of it just like that. So I'm going to and redo some things and But I don't know. Ever since I had that power outage, it's been running really slow. So something's up with it.
It's all we need internet from overseas. They have better internet than we do. I wonder why. I think that's kind of crazy. But that's the society we live in. Man, I got a lot of stuff to mail out. So thank you guys for all being here. We appreciate it. And we watch the lives. That'd be pretty cool too. And maybe I'll see you guys in about 10 minutes.
Yep.
So
well, y'all have a good night. It was awesome to meet y'all and the new people that came in. Thank you so much. And yeah, Joe's going live again after this, so stick around. We will see you on Thursday. I'm so excited. We'll see you then.
See you guys soon.